It's the Hot Rod Podcast with Ron Foreman and Brady Wright. We literally live, eat, and breathe cars. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and the like button, mash the notifications on so that you'll know every time we put a new show together and bring it to you here on YouTube. Time to get going. Let's see what's happening this week.
Hey, it's Brady and Ron. This week we had a lot of fun. We actually, for the first time in some time, we got together on the same place, in the same city, in the same planet, and we went out to Ratrod Richardson's new place. You may remember that Ratrod was involved in the build-off and the RSC group and everything. We had him on our other podcast, but he just moved to the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls area, and he built a grand new shop. And we just decided, since Ron and his wife were over visiting, we thought, let's just go up there and talk to him and see what kind of trouble he's been getting into. So we drove up to the secret location, which we cannot reveal. And we got Ron knows where it is. We got a great tour of his shop, and this is the stuff that we shot.
So we're here in Ratrod Richardson's garage. In scenic Athol, and by way of introduction, Ratrod's been building cars for a long, long time, and Ron and I, of course, have been doing the podcast for a while, and we had a podcast before where we ran into a bunch of these guys over at the Ratrod show in Manson, but Ratrod was in Tri-Cities for a long time. Now he's up in scenic northern Idaho, and we thought we'd come out and take a little tour of his newly finished shop and garage and see what's going on with him. So first off, thanks for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is all cool. Yeah, and thanks for
my Dexter.
two of the buddies down here.
Big
Yeah,
boy
that's right,
Dexter.
big boy. Anyway, so everybody asks, like, how'd you get in the car business? I'm not going to ask that. I am going to ask you what your first rig that you ever built was.
1931 Chevy two-door sedan.
And why that one?
Because I found the body local.
Yeah.
And it was my first Ratrod. And I had been 6 months prior to that, I kind of fell into the something different scene.
Sure.
This was 13 years ago.
So you've been building other kinds of cars.
Oh yeah, I've always been building cars my whole life. But yeah, so and I found this body. I mean, I've been following that Ratrod scene, and of course, there it went. Built the body up. It took me 8 months to build my first car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's taking longer.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
As you know now, I'm building 3 and 4 of a year. So
Yeah.
The first one took a long time, not knowing the whole aspects of how it worked. I had
A trial and error.
Yeah. And I drove it to Bonneville Salt Flats that year.
Right.
Oh yeah, we had a great time. I still got pictures of it. I don't know where it went now. I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my very first build, and then it took off like wildfire.
So we've seen, there's a bunch of things on Facebook and Instagram and things. So your cars, a lot of cars that, kind of statements, Cadillac, that you did the Rusto wrap on, basically. Yep. Really nice piece of work. And of course, next door, we're going to go over there in a minute and see the big boy. Mad Max. But, so did you come up with the name Ratrod, or did you?
Yeah, I came up with it.
Because it's a good handle, let's face it.
It was the triple R is what it really would come up with.
Sure.
And they were like, nah, that sounds good. I just didn't like it. It was a stupid name. So I just said Ratrod Richardson, and everybody started. Even before that, it was like, hey, Ratrod, you're the Ratrod. Aren't you the
Ratrod guy?
Aren't you the Ratrod builder?
Yeah.
Aren't you the Ratrod guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the Ratrod guy. Yeah, dude, I'm on it. So they become Ratrod Richardson.
Sure.
The Ratrod guy to that. And it's just now one thing you stick with.
Now you're stuck with it. Now you got a big Ratrod Richardson ranch.
Yeah.
Stuff on it and rolled out in the front.
Yeah. So it's been very good.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, it's the first time we've been out to his new place, and it's kind of down at the end of the road where the elephants go to die. It's a long drive to the place, but it's beautiful. The shop, just finished the shop, so tell us about how you got this thing going.
Let me see. We bought this place here just not long ago, and it's a 40 by 60 building, 18-foot walls. So he was in the back. He was going to make an apartment. So he's going to have an upstairs announcer that he got ceilings on both. So anyway, but I wasn't going to do that. So we hired an electrician to come in and do all that for us. Right. Hired insulators, sheetrockers. We paid for all the lights, lean-tos have concrete both sides, heat, air conditioning. That's just me. I live in this place. So when you live in a place like this, you
Want
want to be
creature
comfortable.
comforts, right?
So that's.
I see your 6 refrigerators over there. No.
Yeah. I had to give her my big one, so I got me a little one.
Yeah.
It's almost out of beer. So
Oh, God.
It's kind of weird how it happens. I think we're gonna have that.
There was beer in it this morning. I don't know what happened to that.
Probably went to a car show day, so I got some with me.
That must have been it. Yeah, that was it. People came. It was nice. They drank your beer. That's right. Oh, the RSCs, guys?
Oh, yeah. Let's see, how long ago was that?
40 years. Maybe.
5 years?
Well, maybe 5.
Well, I met Kevin. Me and Gary went down to Salem, Oregon, and we pulled up, and Kevin had his car there, what was that called? Had the green windows in it. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember.
Anyway, he had that there. And we
That's
walked-
Kevin Martin.
Yeah, Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
We walked right to it.
Yeah.
And Kevin seen us sort of talking, and he's like, long story short,
Sure.
we're going, whose car? This is mine. It's all beautiful car. So anyway,
Okay.
at that time, they had trailered their cars down.
Right.
Me, I have never had a car on a trailer.
Right.
I'm that guy.
That's cool.
And I challenged him at that time, and that's kind of where the friendship began.
Right.
And I said, why do you guys trailer, And they're like, well, I said, well, what? You break down and you fix it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's how that friendship began. It grew and grew and grew. And more people did it. They challenged more people to drive. Pretty soon we're all driving. We drive across the country now. We do.
Sure.
So we went
As
to
you guys.
the Rat City's ruckus there in
Yes.
Las Vegas.
That's right.
Car broke down 3 times.
Yes.
And you just
Yeah.
fixed
You
it.
just fix it.
Yep.
In worst case scenario, you can't fix it. You put it on a trailer and haul it home.
Yeah.
This happens.
Somebody's got a trailer.
We broke down.
Got AAA, why not?
AAA, or you find a transmission or whatever. But we did when that transpired, and the challenge was set. Kevin's really good, or a lot better than I am as far as promoting. I'm not a huge promoter. Anyway, Kevin's phenomenal at that, and he's kind
Well,
of.
he got a hold of me.
Yeah.
Of course he's phenomenal.
I got that one.
You stick with us. We'll be right back.
You're into cars, you love a good time, and you'd rather build it than buy it. You just might love the Rat Bastards. We're a family-oriented nonprofit organization. We believe in 1969 and older, in the rough is enough, real steel and iron, old school, traditional hot rods and rat rods. We get together, have fun, help each other build, and cruise like crazy, because that's the way car clubs are supposed to be. The Rat Bastards are a new class of old school, and our signature event is the Infestation every July. We're charter sponsors of the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame. Join us at cruise-ins all over Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and the Inland Empire, or at our club in Seattle. We're on the Rat Bastards Car Club page on Facebook. Join us. So this is Mad Max. We'll take a quick tour around this. This is one of Rat Rod's projects from time gone by. I'll see if I can back up a little bit so you can see it better. There you go. I don't think much needs to be said. As I walk by it, you can pretty much see the attitude behind the build here. I'm not sure if you can see the machine gun up on top, but it's worth a look. Now, we saw this guy down at a show not too long ago in Coeur d'Alene, and I think we ran into him at a show in Spokane. In fact, I know we did.
That was at Madison, too.
It was at the Miss Shifters show in Spokane a little while ago.
Madison?
Yeah, it's been around.
Now that was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Rat Rod's got some great stuff up there. I know you did a bunch of video in the shop. A lot of that ran behind the interview and stuff. So what was your favorite part about that whole thing?
Well, I like the fact that he has 2 lifts and he has enough room to, like, if you put bumper to bumper, car to car, you could probably get 20 cars in that shop of his. It's amazing.
It's huge. Not to mention the side carports where he's got
Right.
other projects. But plus, we didn't show it in the interview, but down the back of his property, or really kind of in the front as you come in, although there's 2 entrances, there's another shed down there.
Yeah.
He's got other projects in the waiting.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't show it, but you remember that Metro that he's got sitting?
Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
Old Metro. It looks like a dairy truck or an ice cream truck, but it's a small one. I thought it was a Divco.
Yeah, he was saying it's different because the door is actually open 90 degrees on that
Yeah, the
thing.
whole door, not just
It's
part of
it's a really rare vehicle to have that option on the back of that thing.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really cool. He'll have an LS in there,
Oh, I'm sure.
in 5 minutes. It's probably
That shop makes me jealous, makes me want to dream, gets me excited about building cars. And
the space underneath his lifts is bigger than my whole garage.
oh yeah,
We're going to do another show next week. In fact, we might even make this into a two-parter. So stay tuned for part 2. Glad you were with us.
thank you.
The Hot Rod Podcast is sponsored by the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame, a nonprofit organization that recognizes and rewards men and women who actively promote the hot rod community, clubs, and builders all over the state of Idaho. Every year we award a Hot Rodder of the Year, a Club of the Year, and a Young Rodder of the Year, as well as giving out scholarship money to students in the auto trades programs at local colleges. If you want to know more, or if you want to nominate an honoree, go to idahof.org or email us at idahof@gmail.com. That's Idahof, IDAHHOF.org, or again, idahof@gmail.com.
That's it for this episode of the Hot Rod Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to our show, and we appreciate it if you smash those notification buttons too, so you'll know when a new one drops. For Ron Foreman, I'm Brady Wright. This has been the Hot Rod Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.